Ladies, it's Coach Chris coming to you from Kaya Fit Natomas, West Sac, and Fair Oaks. And this week for the core crushers, we're working on our obliques. So I'm doing them in my house today, so it'll be easy. You can do it with something at home. You don't need to be in a gym. We're gonna focus on our obliques this week. So every exercise that we're doing will be focused there, and I'll show you modifications. So as you get stronger, you can progress and add weights and make it a little bit more challenging. So here we go. Okay, so first one we're gonna do is side plank. So modified, we're gonna go ahead and drop the bottom leg down, squeeze through the bottom glute, top leg extended, hand either on the hips, or you can take the hand up to the sky. And then to make it a little bit more challenging, stack your feet up on top, make sure your elbow's right under that shoulder, hand lifted up. And then to make it even harder, leg lifted up as well. All right? All right, second, we're gonna do our side plank hip dip. So basing the moves on the side plank that we just did. Modified version, the bottom leg is bent, still stacking the joints here, so elbow is right under the shoulder. We're gonna squeeze and lift through the bottom glute. Hand can sit on the hip or be extended up. We're gonna lower down and then squeeze to raise back up. So you'll feel that in the obliques, but you're also engaging that glute. Raise and squeeze, raise and squeeze, raise and squeeze. To make it a little bit harder, we're gonna go ahead and extend both of our legs out. Feet can either be stacked right on top of each other, or you can put it toe to heel if you like. So we're gonna squeeze and raise. So we're gonna lower and squeeze and raise, squeeze and raise. So you can either do it bent arm, which I prefer because a lot of times we like to stay off our wrists, or you can do it straight arm if that's a little bit easier. So go ahead and extend and lift up, and then you're gonna lower and then squeeze and raise. Hand can come up as well. All right, the third exercise is gonna be a core stabilization exercise, which really kind of focuses and seems similar to the Russian twist. So we're gonna sit down, feet out in front of us, and lean back so that we feel our abs engaged, then you know you're back far enough. So you can do this with a weight to make it a little harder, so you can hold a plate or a kettlebell. So you're gonna twist to the side, moving through the torso, and you're gonna hold for a count of 3 on each side, and then come back through the center, and then hold at the other side for 3. So it's really important that you're twisting through the torso as you move from side to side and not just move your arms. So you want to resist just moving the arms. You want the whole torso to come over, maintaining that nice lean back so your abs are shaking. To make it harder, you can lift 1 foot or 2 feet, but I actually really like keeping both feet on the ground so you can dig in through the abs and really get that lean, and it's harder when you add that weight. So that's our core stabilization. All right, so our fourth exercise is gonna be our supine obliques. So we're gonna be laying back. So you lay all the way back, knees are gonna come up 90-degree angle, hands are gonna come out from the side, and you wanna lift your shoulders and your upper body up a little bit, keeping the neck relaxed to really press that lower back down into the mat or the floor. So coming out, we're gonna place our hands down for a little bit of support. Our abs are pulled in nice and tight. My knees are gonna go down to the side, keeping my abs nice and tight, all the way down, touching the knees, maintaining that 90-degree angle, coming back to center, and then rotating through to the other side. So if you're finding that your neck is straining, really just focus on relaxing, and that very slight lift of the shoulders will help keep your back stable while your obliques are working to move your legs from side to side. Okay, number 5, we're back to good old basic bicycles, which I love these for obliques, but there's a trick to doing them so that you get the most out of them. So you really want to move slowly through them and use the strength and not the momentum. So laying back, balance level, hands will come back up behind the head, legs can stay at a 90-degree angle, and you're just reaching and extending, right? So as you get started, reach and extend and hold, right? And then hold. So to make these harder, you want to go ahead and drop that bottom leg all the way down to the floor, tapping this elbow to the knee, really lifting the upper body up so that your back stays into the ground. And you're going to hold for a second or two and then slowly move across to the opposite side. So you'll see a lot of people going through bicycles here where you use momentum, but we really want to do nice and slow. So drop it down, hold, and then come across, drop it down, hold, and then repeat back. And that's your bicycle. Okay, so our next exercise is going to be our crossbody running man. So we're familiar with this one, doing it in the gym, but we just want to talk really quickly about some good form to make sure you're getting the best results and also not injuring yourself. So when you come up into plank, you're going to go ahead and make sure all your joints are stacked. So your wrist to your elbow to your shoulder should all be right on top of one another. And we're going to be nice and extended out in that plank. And as you bring that knee across, bring it all the way over behind that elbow and then return back. So balance level, you're just gonna march it out nice and slow and then go a little bit harder, go a little bit faster. If it's too difficult to be down on the floor, you can always raise up either on a coffee table or a chair, something that's stable, a countertop even, just to kind of get that good positioning, and then you take those knees across. So you want to feel that in the obliques as you bring those knees from side to side, coming across here, nice twist and hold. So again, same as doing the bicycle, when you go really fast, it becomes cardio based, where you go really slow and focus on muscle recruitment and engagement, then it becomes more strength building. So our next exercise is gonna be our Woodchopper sit-up. So we're gonna lay all the way back and legs are gonna be up at a 90-degree angle. And you can do this with a weight to make it harder. So arms come back overhead, either holding that weight or just clasp your hands together. So you're gonna come all the way up and then twist towards the side and all the way back. So legs stay at that 90-degree angle, really focusing on core stabilization and belly button being pulled down to the spine. So those are pretty simple. The heavier the weight, the harder it's gonna be. Really make sure that your lower back is pressed into the mat by lifting those shoulders up off the ground. Hi ladies. All right, so our last exercise is going to be our oblique side sit-up. So come to a resting position where you're kneeling, and then we're going to take our weight slightly off center to the right hand side. So sit up a little bit and then drop your hips over to the side. You want to make sure you stay really upright in the torso, so no slouching. Stay nice and tall. You can make this harder by holding a weight at your chest. So if I'm off to my right side, my right glute and my right oblique will be engaged. So by just touching it right here, I can feel it's tense right as I'm resting here. So I'm going to squeeze and come all the way up to a kneeling position and then drop it down to the opposite side, slightly off-centered from being true kneeling. So out to the side and then squeeze to raise up, little booty squeeze at the top and then drop it back down. So it's much harder if you're holding a weight at your chest, right? So if it seems like too much, then just holding your hands right here is perfect. And that's our oblique side sit-up. So those are our core crushers for your detox week. I hope you're having an awesome week detoxing out all that bad stuff, and go get those core crushers done every day this week. Have an awesome week, ladies.